Hi guys, welcome back to Drive London. I'm Ro here. This is Ruslan. We're about to do a mock test. Now, Ruslan came to us as a complete beginner and he's done about 30 hours and he had a big gap because of COVID. So when there was a lockdown, we didn't do a lesson for about 4 months. Is that correct? Yeah. And then, so we started again about a week ago and he's got a test in 2 days time, which is the first test that's allowed after the lockdown. So he managed to get a good date. And we've been doing a lesson pretty much every day up until now, and we got one more lesson and then the test day, right? So he's never done a mock test. This is his first one. He's got a good drive. He does make some mistakes. He needs to keep on top of his mirrors, and yeah, that's pretty much it. But we're going to get into his mock test. His test is at 8 o'clock. We picked a route that's already done at 8 o'clock before, so we can get a feel for what it's actually going to feel like on the test day. Sounds good? Yeah. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to explain how the test works. It's going to last for 40 minutes. During the 40 minutes, we're going to keep following the road ahead, unless I ask you to turn left or right. And there'll be 20 minutes of independent driving in your actual test. But in this mock test here, we're going to follow the sat-nav for the whole route. There'll be one maneuver, possibly the emergency stop, and one show me and one tell me question. For you guys, whenever he makes any mistakes, any serious or dangerous mistakes will be in red at the top here. Any minor mistakes, anything advisory, will be in amber. And anything he does well will be in green. Okay, you ready to start?
Yeah.
Perfect, cool. So let's start with that tell me question. Could you tell me how you would check to see if your power steering is working correctly?
Just turn the power on and then you should be able to steer left and right smoothly with ease.
What do you mean by power on?
Just turn the engine on.
Okay, perfect. Okay, thank you. I believe that's set up. Yeah, okay, so we're going to follow the sat-nav from here. Okay, good. So whenever you're ready, like us to drive on, I'm going to give you your first direction. We're going to go down to the end and turn left and follow the sat-nav thereafter. Start whenever you're ready.
At the end of the road, turn left, then cross the roundabout. Turn left, then cross the roundabout. Cross the roundabout, first exit. After 200 yards, go left on the roundabout, first exit, then bear right.
I'd like us to pull over and park in a safe place for me, please.
Go left on the roundabout, first exit, then bear right.
Leave yourself enough room to move off. Okay, that's great, thank you. And drive on whenever you're ready.
200 yards, bear right. Bear right.
So we're actually going to take the next right, sorry. Okay, and I'd like us to pull over and park again in a safe place. Okay, thank you, and drive on whenever you're ready again.
After 200 yards, cross the roundabout, second exit. Then take the second left. Cross the roundabout, second exit. Then take the second left. After 200 yards, turn left. Turn left.
Missed the turn. It's fine. We're going to go down to the end and we're going going to turn left again.
Turn left.
And we'll follow the sat nav again.
After 200 yards, turn right. Turn right. After 100 yards, turn left. Turn left.
And I'd like us to pull over and park in a safe place again for me, please. That's great. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do a maneuver. I'd like you to use this vehicle in front of us to reverse parallel park within 2 car spaces of the car. Don't worry about the driveway. And try not to touch cut. And you can start whenever you're ready. Thank you. Okay, whenever you're ready, we'd like us to drive on again and continue to follow the sat-nav for me, please.
After 80 yards, go right on the roundabout, 3rd exit. Go right on the roundabout, 3rd exit. After 200 yards, go right on the roundabout, 3rd exit. Then take the 2nd left.
We're going to ignore the next direction. Just carry on straight ahead for me, please.
Turn left, then turn around when possible.
So we're going to ignore that. Just got to wait for that one. Keep continuing following this line.
200 yards, turn left, then turn left.
This left, yeah.
Turn left, then turn left. After 200 yards, turn left. Turn left.
I'd like us to pull over and park just before the next van. Don't worry about the driveways. And get a little close to the van. A little bit closer. And that's great, thank you. Okay, and I'd like us to drive on whenever you're ready again. Continued following the sat-nav again. So Ruslan, when it's safe to do so, I'd like us to turn on the rear demister for me, please. Okay, thank you.
Should turn off.
Yeah, thank you.
After 100 yards, turn left. Turn left. After 300 yards, cross the roundabout, second exit. 100 yards, cross the roundabout, second exit. Cross the roundabout, second exit. After 200 yards, go right on the roundabout, third exit. Go right on the roundabout, third exit. After 200 yards, cross the roundabout, first exit. Cross the roundabout, first exit. Go left on the roundabout, first exit. 200 yards, go right on the roundabout, second exit. Go right on the roundabout, second exit. After 200 yards, cross the roundabout, second exit, then turn right.
We're going to ignore the next direction. We're going to turn left instead at the roundabout, okay? So the next roundabout, turn left.
Cross the roundabout, second exit, then turn right.
Take the next left again. So we're going to ignore the sat nav and just follow my directions. And I like us to pull over and park in a safe place. Park behind that vehicle there, don't worry about that. Get as close as you can to the vehicle. That's perfect, thank you. Okay, I'd like you to secure the car and turn off the engine. That's great. Okay, give me a second. Just quickly tie this up. Okay, how do you think you've done?
Stupid mistakes at the crossing, because I literally didn't see anyone, like, because I know it was busy, so like I knew like I had to be extra safe, but then literally this one woman started turning, then that's why you obviously used the brakes, that's what bad. And then their parallel parking, I think I just scraped it, but I maybe could have touched the curb a tiny bit, but I think I hopefully did right in that. But then
okay, so unfortunately we did fail the test, yes, and you did mention one of the serious, well, dangerous mistakes there, which was the pedestrian crossing. It's really busy there, and you've started slowing down and you started looking, but you're just, well, you didn't even, you were slow to begin with, you didn't start slowing down, and you're looking and you're not sure if anyone's going to cross. There's so many people. At that point, if you're not sure, what's the safer thing to do? Start thinking about stopping, and then until you know it's going to be safe to cross, then I would go. And unfortunately I had to intervene, and yes, we saw that woman just that last second. Yeah, okay. So yeah, unfortunately we failed. That was one of the reasons, but you actually made two serious mistakes. Okay, so one was the pedestrian crossing, and there's another one. Do you know where the other one was?
I'm not too sure.
No? Okay. It's your observations, junction observations. Okay. This happened twice actually, but I could only mark it down as once. There was a T-junction. Coming up to the high street, we had to turn left off a side road onto the high street, going up the bridge. Okay. There's cars coming from your right, so we're doing a left turn. You're just looking to the right. And when you've decided to go, you're still looking to the right and you start pulling out, and then you start looking to the left. Now people could be crossing there. There could be a hazard on your side. You need to make sure you look both ways first, and when you decide to go, look in the direction you're actually looking to go in. Okay. So unfortunately I gave you a serious fault for there. And also on a roundabout, the same high street roundabout, we came all the way down the high street, came up to a mini roundabout there, really busy. Cars on your right, again, you enter the roundabout without looking to the right. Okay, and as you've entered in, then you've started looking to the right, and luckily for you, someone was blocking the right for you and you managed to go. But you do need to improve your observation at junctions.
So that was mainly those two observations mainly.
So those are two serious mistakes, yeah. So you got, yeah, and those are the two observation faults. Okay, but I could only mark it down once. But you have got observation faults again as minors as well. I just feel like at junctions sometimes you're not looking well enough. You need to make sure you look both sides, and I said this before to you as well. You keep looking to one direction and you start pulling out without actually looking at where you're going. Okay, so you got some minors there, but you did get a serious mistake on the roundabout and that T-junction. I just felt like we're looking too much to the right and not enough on the left. Okay, in total you got 19 other minors, which is a bit many. Okay, some of them are advisory as well, so we need to just improve on this side. Most of them are coming down on your mirrors. 2 or 3 times, twice I didn't check your mirrors properly before doing your signals. Okay, and especially for the left turns, because it could be cyclists and it's so busy today, you need to make sure you check the left side before you start turning there as well. Okay, 3 times not checking your mirrors before change of direction. So when you're tucking yourself in after parked cars or moving over slightly, I don't see the left side being checked enough. You're pretty good with the right side, but the left side you kind of slack on a bit. Okay, use the mirrors before change of speed. When you're stopping, slowing down, you need to check your mirrors there as well. But that's where your most amount of minors. You got about 7 minors just there. Okay, on your mirrors. Your reverse parallel park, I was happy with that. Okay, the only thing was you was really close to the curb, but you didn't touch, or if you did touch, it was ever so slight. Okay, I couldn't feel it enough for you to get a serious fault for this. But I gave you a minor for your observations. Really good observations in general, but there was a learner car coming down the road and we didn't stop for him. Okay, now, sorry?
You sure? Because I kept checking, but they were all the way back there, so that's what I thought.
A learner car passed us definitely while you're still moving there.
Oh.
Okay, however, we were pretty much in at that point, and we're coming away from him, but the fact that you're looking around but you didn't stop for that vehicle, just in case they, I don't know, they're in a meeting situation, they come left and we accidentally roll forward or something like this, we need to be able to stop and just assess when it's safe and then continue. So yeah, I gave you a minor for that on that occasion, but be careful, that can easily become a serious mistake. Okay, so just remember, any passing vehicle, stop until it's safe and then continue. Okay, vehicle checks, when I asked you to do the show me tell me question, I was happy with that. Okay, the show me questions while we're driving with the demister, that's good, and the tell me question at the start was good. A couple more of these minors, quickly talk for them. Moving off safely. At one point, the first time I got you to pull over and park, you didn't do a right signal before you moved off. So the first time I got you to pull over and park.
Oh, was it behind the...
Yeah, so when we came into this tightish gap, and also I gave you another minor there as well for your normal stops, it was a bit too far away from the curb. The gap wasn't big, so what you should have done was either look for a bigger gap. If you don't find a gap, just keep driving on, and then eventually you'll find one that's convenient, and then we can park there. But I just felt like we went into a small gap, didn't manage to get the car in, and then when I said drive on again, you didn't look around properly and you didn't use that right signal. So I gave you a minor for that. Luckily again, there's nothing around us. But you started checking your mirrors and over your shoulders as you start pulling out there. Signals timed. Sometimes your signal came on quite late at junctions. One of them was this roundabout we're coming up to, pretty much the second to last roundabout. We're coming up to it. You had to turn right, and the right signal came on as you was about to enter. Do you remember that? So just remember, get your signals on about 6 to 8 car spaces away from the junction, so people can respond and know where you're going in good time. Appropriate speed. Sometimes you're driving a bit slow. Okay, just on one occasion, there was a 20 road. We had these broken speed humps. when the road was clear, we're lining ourselves up quite well with the speed humps. You're slowing down to 14, 12 miles per hour. It's a bit too slow. Yeah, so if you can get yourself over those speed humps in the middle, then we can stay around 20 miles per hour. Okay. I've already spoke about your observations at junctions. Pedestrian crossings now. We're coming up to this bridge and there's this guy on the right. I don't know if you saw me, kind of got at his at one point.
Oh yeah, no, I knew that.
Yeah, when there's the train station on the left. I was worried that you weren't going to stop, but you did stop in time. Just if you see someone walking directly towards the crossing, I'd be trying to adjust my speed, trying to see if they're going to actually cross. So let them get there before you do. Try not to get there at the same time where you have to suddenly decide if you need to stop. Okay, so try to play with your speed. If you're not sure, remember the safer thing is to stop. Okay. And planning and awareness. At one point the sat-nav said take the next left and you missed that road. This is just an advisory. Just make sure you're planning ahead. You actually wouldn't even get a minor for that. You did everything safely there, so there's no faults. So that's the result of your test. Do you understand the faults?
Yeah.
Is there any questions for me?
No, I need to obviously improve my mirrors observation maybe.
Exactly. So junction observations, improve those. Your mirrors, yeah, because we're getting lots of minors there. And with pedestrian crossings, just making sure we deal with it safely. If you're not sure, look to stop. And if it's really busy, slow it right down, really pick up. When you know it's clear and safe, then only go. Also, I gave you another, now this is, I put a little dot here. This could have been another serious mistake. We stopped on top of a crossing. So coming up to a roundabout, we're turning right at the high street, the busy high street again. We're doing a right turn and there's a zebra crossing there. There's a car in front of us and we've stopped on top of the crossing.
Oh.
Luckily there's no one waiting to cross and no one came up, but we were waiting there for at least 5 to 10 seconds. I don't want to be waiting on top of a crossing, so if there's traffic in front until it's clear, then only move forward. Okay, good. Now, the good side, the drive was really good. Like the handling of the car is really good. So you got a really good sense of drive and your judgment's really good. There's loads of meeting situations. You didn't get a single fault for meeting situations. So that was really good. So that's a really positive side, thing about your drive. Like I said, just the mirrors and your observations. Okay,
Yeah.
Good. Any questions?
No, I just need to improve it now for tomorrow and Thursday.
Exactly. Okay, we have enough time, I think, to maybe just go over those faults and you should be fine. Okay, good. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you found this useful and we'll catch you guys on the next mock test.